Is nostalgia necessary for personal growth? Do the memories contribute to our identity and remind us of who we are? Or does it push us back and keep us chained to beautiful memories that serve as a contrast to a sorrowful world? We aren't strangers to mourning over the past. I mean, who doesn't want to go through the colorful aisles of Toys R Us again? The thrill of playing freeze tag with your friends at lunch, enjoying the game with your high school friends right beside you, the texture of the textbook of that silly frog on your science textbook. The more you think about it, the more that memory slowly turns into pain. And that pain is the sudden realization of you not having those moments anymore. But it's a special kind of pain because it's one that we love to drown in, as we can clearly tell through all the nostalgia throughout our media. We idolize the past and wish to go back to a simpler time. The contrast between the then and the now is a very heavy one, and we remind ourselves of this every single time we see one of these posts or videos, etc. Any form of media kind of contributes to the idea that the past was amazing, but the now isn't so amazing. It reminds us of how it's all gone. That childhood, those people, those memories, those moments. We've grown up way too fast. I mean, perhaps we did, but the desire to go back to these moments and to these times still lingers among us, which and then makes our present feel less favorable. And this is clearly a problem. Although me personally, I love nostalgia. I like to think about just random things that I would have in my childhood. Things like my penguin pillow pet, which I still remember to this day, or that one Caterpillar book that I cannot get out of my head. But despite this, we still drown in the pool of the past, which again only sends us spiraling down. It seems as if nostalgia seems to portray this idea of the present is this gray world. That very idea that what we have right now is immeasurable and uncomparable to what we used to have. But on the other hand, these memories and these nostalgic things really remind us of who we were and who we still are. It provides us with a sense of self and identity. And this can only be acquired by traveling to those past memories and seeing our humble beginnings, which again will keep us in check and tell us and show us exactly who we still are and how far we have come. So okay then, so which one is it? Is it okay for us to venture into the past and see all that was and no longer is? To drown ourselves in memories filled with joy, but then to only feel sadness after realizing how drastically things have changed? But is this sadness necessary for prosperity and growth? To achieve a time like the one we once had? If we're going to answer these questions, we first have to look at this entire scenario, all of our memories, in a different perspective. Using Phenomenology, a philosophy founded by Edmund Husserl, we are able to look at experiences and memories in its rawest form, as Phenomenology is exactly that, the study of the conscious mind in its rawest form. And it is a one-of-a-kind philosophy because unlike the other philosophies, they are more on the rational side, but here with Phenomenology, we are more on the experientialistic side of things. Phenomenology looks at things through the subjective first-person point of view, embracing subjectivity and personal experience, and throwing away all that is conceptual and rational. Thus, we are able to analyze any moment, any experience for what it really is. Let's take a sunset, the experience of watching a sunset. With any other normal philosophy, well, a rationalist philosophy, you would view the sunset in a scientific way, in a rationalist way. The science behind the marvelous beautiful spectacle that you're seeing at this very moment right now. Now with Phenomenology, well, you would want to analyze the emotions that emerge out of that very experience, looking at it and reflecting among what you feel as an individual, how you see this sunset through your perspective, and any emotion that would arise from that very moment. When we use Phenomenology, we are able to see things for exactly what they are, with no judgment, no filter, no exaggeration, which will allow us to find the core of any given memory, as there is in fact a reason for you remembering specific things, as each memory and experience has an essence to it, and that very essence is what keeps the past alive. And to discover exactly what that essence is, we have to again look at that memory in its rawest form. And in order to achieve that, we have to use a method known as bracketing. Now, bracketing is the removal of everything that is conceptual. Anything that would be conceptual would be principles like mathematics, theories, assumptions, all of it. All of it must go. Anything that isn't seeing or being experienced simply does not exist. There cannot be a single assumption when it comes to viewing things through the phenomenologist's eyes. And through these new eyes, we could finally find the pure essence of a given experience. Look at this fire. Isn't it fire? Now let's isolate it from all filters and all judgments in order to see the fire in its rawest experience. The fire you see right now can be an illusory, a memory, a dream, or reality. But that doesn't matter, because with phenomenology, it is all the same. Using bracketing, we can apply a technique known as ethic reduction. It's a method that will allow us to uncover and look at the structure of a given experience by trying all possible attributes of the experience in order to find out the initial essence of that very experience, and reflecting upon its possible essence and playing a game of trial and error, if you will, by going over it and trying to fit little puzzle pieces of, you would call, emotions or themes into a given experience or memory. Now, if you didn't understand what I said, well, don't worry, we're gonna put it into practice right now. Let's take one of your memories. Any memory, it could be anything, whether it be sad, happy, but for the sake of your mood at the end of this video, I suggest you pick a happy one. Now, we're gonna give a little warning, do not get stuck in the past. Now let's venture into it. Now, I want you to picture that memory. Look at that memory. Eliminate all rational concepts, all judgments. Put yourself in those shoes again and simply see. Okay, so now let's find the essence by seeing all possible attributes of the given experience. What is it that makes this memory so significant? Why do I still remember this? What is its core? Is it love? Fear? Guilt? Keep searching. Okay, now let's get you out of there. Okay, you are back. That was the past. We do not want to stay there. That does not exist anymore. You're here. Remind yourself of the date, the time, everything. Anyways, what did you notice? Was it just a bunch of silver linings put together? I wanted to show you that memory, to show you, of course, its true essence, and the fact that these memories are just fragments of the given experience. Not all the details were captured, and all that is blank will be filled in with hyper-realism, which is a reality that is far from reality. And these memories only show us highlights and key moments of our lives. Now, I want you to know that these memories are still magical. They still hold a special place in our heart, and that is completely okay. There is no problem in that. But the problem arises when we compare those highlights, those memories that passed, into what we have right now. We'll just end up thinking that the golden days are far behind us, which only limits one's potential. And that's exactly where nostalgia becomes dangerous, where the past becomes the dictator of the future. I'm not saying that these posts are flat out directly trying to make you depressed or make you rethink your entire life. It's not necessarily the posts themselves, it's just simply how we interpret those posts. And from what I can clearly see, majority of the people, like any other human being, ends up getting depressed. Because to be comparing to moments like confetti eggs at the park at Easter to paying bills and having responsibilities is just unnecessary. It doesn't get us anywhere, and it simply doesn't help us either. The only thing that it does is stop us from enjoying our present moment. I mean, although nostalgia isn't like there forever to linger and haunt us, it's that little time window that we have where we actually get a sense of pain and sadness from the past often bleeds into our current perception of our current present. But like, these moments are nice. There's nothing wrong with looking back or remembering these things that were part of your
life.
well, not without the usage of a different type of philosophy. Instead of just looking at the past and comparing what was once to what is, we can now look at our past in a more beautiful and more exciting way. Aesthetic philosophy looks at things in an artistic form. It tries to look at things in a beautiful way. Despite it not always being beautiful, there is always a beauty when it comes to aesthetic philosophy. And especially when we apply it to our memories, we will find a certain beauty in it. Whether it be a painful memory, a happy memory, a tragic one, thrilling one, a beautiful one, a adventurous, all of them share a specific quality. All of those memories have a beauty in it. Whether it be in meaning or emotion, it carries a significant essence, which is exactly where we learn to look at our memories as if they were pieces of art, as if there were paintings themselves. And each painting is meant to be looked at and reflected upon in order to create new paintings. As you deserve to live this life to the fullest extent. You deserve to create new beautiful paintings as meaningful and as beautiful as the ones that you used to make, or perhaps even better than the ones that you have. I mean, although we may look back and see that we will never get to be in that place, that time ever again, that's okay. I mean, without the change, where else would we be? The whole point is not to mourn over the past. The point is to look at it and appreciate it for what it was, and appreciate the moment that we have right now. Using nostalgia as a reminder as who we were once, we are able to have a sense of identity as well as gratitude for what we once experienced and for the present moment. Using our memories, we are able to create new memories, and by discovering its essence and recreating it in its new unique form, all through our new understanding of these memories. Rather than mourning over the past, we are able to move on from it to better things. This entire time I could have turned on this light, but I decided not to because I wanted it to be a little emo. I enjoyed making this, and I sure as hell hope that you got something valuable out of this video. Interpret what you like, but please go out and make new beautiful memories for me and for you.